In this video, we're going to be showing you how to install a MasterFlow solar power vent. First thing you got to do is make sure all your personal protection equipment is hooked up or safely secured to the roof. We've got our gloves, our glasses, boots. We're ready to go. Well, we want to ensure what we're doing when we install these MasterFlow products is to make sure that we have a proper balance of 50-50 intake versus exhaust. That can be achieved through several different types of MasterFlow products, as well as intake ventilation, which is typically installed within the bottom eave of the roof system or underneath the soffits. As you can see, we've already gone inside the attic and centered our base between the rafters. Now what we're going to do is mark out the hole, cut the shingles and the decking, and prepare to set the base. Go ahead and slide over our template, which marks out where our holes are. Now we're going to mark out the opening with a crayon. Now that we've got our hole marked, we're going to cut out our shingles and get down to the decking. The next step in our installation is to get a paddle bit and a drill to drill a hole through the decking to make it easier to get our saw blade in. We're going to take a jigsaw and then we're going to cut all this decking out. Now pay attention to the sawdust that's going to get on the decking here because it will cause a slippery surface. Also, one thing to note, when you're cutting through your plywood, make sure that you do not cut into your rafters. So that will cause a structural problem if you happen to take a longer saw and not a jigsaw and cut into that rafter. Now that we have our decking cut open, now we're going to take our pry bar out and find our nails so we can slide our base in. Now, when you're installing these solar power vents, you want to orient them in the direction that you would want to orient pretty much any solar unit to capture as much sun as possible. Now, prior to installing this MasterFlow solar power vent, you can seal the bottom for more resistance against wind, rain, and snow and ice. Now that we've got our hole prepared, we're going to slide the unit up into place, tack it in. There's an upside to the flashing. Make sure it's always facing up. We'll set our box down into the hole, slide it into the roof system. Now we have pre-punched holes in the base of this unit. We'll have to nail it at all of those areas. We're also going to want to make sure that we get up and we nail all of our shingles back off where we removed our nails. And you'll have to be careful. You may have to hand seal this if you've damaged the sealant on the shingle. Now be sure to use an asphaltic mastic on this shingle for resealing, but be careful how much you use, because if it gets too hot, it can leach out onto the roof system. Now with the MasterFlow solar power vent, the thermostat humidistat combo, all you need to do is attach it to the framing underneath this unit. Now that's the installation of the MasterFlow solar power vent. For other MasterFlow products, look them up on GAF.com.